So then this right here, this is a very important, should I call it slide, a very important page in this document, because it now unpacks the syllabus. So we're going to have a number of videos on this so that we can understand what the the leadership at CIMA were thinking about when they devise a qualification structure like this. And this is an improvement. So I'm really looking forward to what they have installed in future and how they're going to adapt their qualification. When I did it, it was exciting, but it was not this exciting. So now what they've done, it's really incredible, and you will see as we unpack it even more. But now let's first, again, the bigger picture. I will not want you to lose yourself in the test, assessment, and so on and so on. But let's understand the bigger picture. So when it comes to the bigger picture, what were they looking to do when they developed this professional qualification? So to just quote, they say that CIMA's objective in designing the syllabus is to enhance the employability of students and members. So we have just now spoken about those 5 things. So when you are saying, or if someone asks you, why do you want to be a CGMA, ACMA, now you've got an answer. You are looking for those 5 things. So even if you are choosing a program, choose a program that will help you to get there. Don't just be limited to the exams, but think broadly about, I want those 5 things. So they're saying that they want to enhance the employability of students and members. So that means they have got interest in you as a student, and they've got an interest in you as a member. But as a student, that means that they will need to be skills that you possess as you go up the chain. Maybe you complete an exam, maybe you complete something, and you are then recognized as what? As a success, as possessing the skills that we've spoken about. Then it says it intends to create a learning system that enables learners to acquire skills, competencies, and mindsets that are in high demand by employers. So if you are then wondering that, myself as a business person, am I looking for those things? Do I look at those and say, when I want to work with someone, when I want to employ with someone, do I care about those things? I do so much. I care about someone who can work well with others, someone who can take the initiative, someone who's got decent digital skills, someone who can solve problems. So all those things are critical for me as a potential employer, as a partner for any other business. So they are right in terms of what we are looking for, and these are in high demand. So absolutely agree with those. And they've got some terminology here around skills, competencies, and mindsets. And for us to then even get to some of those things, we will talk about what is the difference between a skill and a competence. And skill, essentially, it starts with knowledge. You cannot acquire a skill unless you first know something. If I want to be skilled in strategy, I have to understand what is strategy. I have to understand how do I go about creating strategy. Then I can possess a skill. And when I am now applying it, I am now demonstrating competence. That it's not just now knowledge that has been converted, but it is now application. I'm able to be called into a meeting and said, we are busy evaluating the strategy. What are your thoughts? I am now going to demonstrate that kind of application. And the mindset just goes a step further to say, but it's not just about thinking. It's not just about doing. It's also the thinking. Things like ethics. Before I accept that bribe, before I propose that bribe, it has to go through my mind. I have to have processed it. I don't just wake up and someone proposes a bribe and there's no shock to my system. If there is a shock, then my mind starts processing it to deal with that shock, rationalize if I'm going to take this bribe or not, or then convict me so that I then say, this is not it. So mindsets in terms of attitudes, in terms of personal values, attributes, and some of the arguments are really significant in doing what? In a professional accountant. And that is what the professional qualification also recognizes. And when we talk about this, it will also be important for us to understand what they call the verb hierarchy, which we're going to explain as we talk about the different aspects of the syllabus. And when we talk about Bloom's taxonomy, which just really goes into how we are expected to think at different level. That when we see a particular verb, when we are in a particular context, demonstrating knowledge might be enough. But as we grow, we are then expected to evaluate, to analyze, to apply, and make really lasting impact kind of decisions. So there is that growth path that we need to be what? We need to be mindful of. And that's what is captured in the syllabus right here. So as we unpack it and you understand how they've thought about it and how then at each level there are particular objectives that you are expected to really take and embrace and apply in the real world. Because sometimes one is quick to get the exemptions, which we're going to talk about later on, but forget that the exemptions come with what? With lessons. Or the particular aspect of the syllabus comes with lessons rather, and therefore it's important for one to be exposed to that before they just simply get excited about what? The exemption. So that is the starting point. Let's understand why everything needs to exist to get to this qualification. Okay.